Mama's Blue Dress is an all-female country quartet who recently raised almost $20,000 on Kickstarter to fund their new studio album. And the quartet played their first show in 2012 and has already amassed a strong following along with critical praise for their sold-out shows. Please welcome 1/4 of the band all the way from Nashville, Andrea Young.
Hi.
Hi, Andrea. So I'm so glad you drove from Nashville to come see us at STL TV.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited, and I wish that the whole band could have been here, but I know everybody's pulled in a lot of directions.
That would have been wonderful, but I don't even know where everyone is right now.
Isn't that interesting? Like, you guys, I love this about music today, is you have your group, Mama's Blue Dress, but everyone has all their independent freelance work that they're doing as musicians.
Absolutely. It's a changing career, ever changing. So there's only one, that's the only way to stay on top of things and stay employed.
And it's going to be that way forever, probably, for at least a long time, as you establish yourselves and just try to keep the income coming in as musicians. Okay, so let's talk about you. You've got some St. Louis roots yourself.
Yes, I'm actually from Alton, Illinois. I went to Alton High School, went to college at SIUE, and so yeah, I'm definitely a hometown girl.
Yeah, you guys are going to do a concert. The rest of the band's coming up tomorrow. You've got a concert tomorrow night in Godfrey, is that right?
Kickstarter supporters concert at the Beer Barrel Pub. We've been doing some house concerts, and this house concert just kind of changed into a venue concert. So it's open to the public, and a lot of people that donated and helped us out are going to be there.
So it's kind of a preview for your big concert in a couple weeks at the Sheldon, which we're going to talk about. But it's sort of a house concert out of the house, but in a small venue. So it's an intimate way to hear what you guys are up to.
Absolutely, and I think the band really lends to that because we have 4-part harmony and everyone plays an acoustic instrument. So it's key, for us to have these, even in the larger venues like the Sheldon, to have that kind of connection with the audience that you can only get with the right kind of room. Exactly.
So Mama's Blue Dress has been around for about a year, right? Year and a half?
Yeah, a little longer. I actually replaced someone in the band, really excellent fiddle player and singer, and I came on board in January.
So they were around before you joined, but here you are, and you've been doing music for a long time, your whole adult life.
Yes, I actually do not remember life before. I started violin in the Suzuki program at SIUE when I was 2 and a little change, I think, and so I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, so it's a real tribute to these early music lessons.
Absolutely. Absolutely necessary.
Okay, so you grew up as a violinist, trained classically, obviously, in the Suzuki program. And then at what point did you make the switch to country music?
It was really my freshman year of college, senior year of high school kind of area. I started doing, a little bit of alternative music, but I wasn't pursuing it seriously. And actually I had my first gig with a country band was at Wild Country in Collinsville.
Oh yeah.
And it was just packed, and there was 3,000 people or something, and I decided that was the end of the stiff concerts.
Yeah, it's quite a different atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And different ambiance as a performer, too. A different part of you, your personality probably came out.
Oh, I'm pretty energetic, so it was nice to have, a medium to share that energy with the audience and really go to a different place with them instead of just, performing something as meticulously as I possibly could.
Yeah. So you trained as a violinist, been performing for your whole life as a violinist. But you're actually becoming very well known as a singer now.
It's coming around.
Yeah, and it sounds great. I mean, what I've heard is fabulous, and I love that you guys do 4-part harmony, all women in your group. So tell me about that transition. How did that happen?
Oh, really? I was in when I was still doing, when I was still involved in the St. Louis scene, I was in a cover band, and someone asked me to do background vocals, and I refused, and I think they just kind of kept pushing because they needed that female harmony, and so I just said, fine, I'll do it. And then I realized that was a good way, the more you can do musically, the more you can, the more you stretch yourself, the more you can play.
Yeah.
So it was a great growing time for me.
Yeah, and down in Nashville, you're actually performing as a studio musician, both as a fiddler and as a singer, is that right?
Absolutely. I'll go in and do string sections one day and be doing the nick, near country thing the next, or doing background vocals, or you know, work on my own solo project too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, great. Well, we're going to take a break. Andrea, we come back, I want to hear more about the Nashville life, because we've got a lot of St. Louis musicians who are heading down to Nashville to work in the professional music world down there. Stay with us. When we return, we'll have much more from Andrea right after this.